Okay, dear viewers, this is a trigger warning. This story is really gonna make you mad. Donald Trump and JD Vance just behaved disgracefully toward Volodymyr Zelensky in a moment of American shame. Welcome to Occupy Democrats, I'm David Reddish. Amid all the chaos of the first month of Trump's return to the White House, the war in Ukraine has remained an issue at the forefront of world attention. Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, sparking the longest and bloodiest conflict on European soil since World War II. Given that Europe has seen revolutions, civil wars, and ethnic cleansing in the years since 1945, that's a dubious achievement. Standing firm against the Russian incursion, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who has become a world icon for his leadership and resolve in the conflict. The United States and its European allies have sent aid packages to Ukraine to help repel the Russians, and a majority of Americans support Ukraine in the war. Then, of course, came Trump, the human codpiece of a Russian President Vladimir Putin's crotch. Trump is so enamored of Putin that he vowed to end the war immediately, no matter the cost to Ukraine. Trump and Putin engaged in peace negotiations last week after Trump and his inebriate defense secretary Pete Hegseth already made major concessions to Russia before the talks even began. Trump went so far as to blame Ukraine for the war, even referring to Zelensky as a dictator. During a visit from UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer yesterday, reporters confronted Trump over his remarks. The president said this.
Do you still think that Mr. Zelensky is a dictator?
Did I say that? I can't believe I said that. Next question.
And yet people still say he's not in mental decline. Anyway, Volodymyr Zelensky arrived in Washington, D.C. this morning to conduct more peace talks with the U.S., including with Trump and Vice President JD Vance. While speaking in front of reporters, the conversation devolved into one of the most astonishing and embarrassing exchanges in the history of American foreign policy. Now, this is a lengthy clip, but we insist you watch the whole thing. You won't be sorry. Take a look.
You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's backed you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No, you've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
you
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
Less.
In 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
I can tell you
You're
again,
running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look. If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what,
that
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means.
That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry, here.
It's going to be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia...
God bless the USA. This is despicable. I mean, that's a statement of the obvious when it comes to Donald Trump and JD Vance. But even by their rock-bottom standards, this is appalling and embarrassing. I cannot think of another time I've seen a president and a vice president try to bully a world leader in the Oval Office like this. Vance accuses Zelensky of putting out propaganda? What the hell is this political theater supposed to be? And we all know Putin wrote the script. The resilience and patience Zelensky shows here is all the more impressive considering the lack of precedent for a public exchange like this one. Then again, Zelensky is used to staring down world bullies. He's been staring down Vladimir Putin for years, and Putin is a hell of a lot smarter than President Dementia and Vice President Man-Boobs. Notice, by the way, that Vance seemed to enter the meeting with scripted remarks, and that neither he nor Trump actually addressed any of Zelensky's points. Zelensky has expressed his gratitude for years to the United States and its allies for our aid, and he's absolutely right when he accuses Trump of wanting to sacrifice Ukraine to Putin. Why should he, as the leader of a sovereign nation in the face of Russian encroachment, make any concessions at all? When did the United States, the beacon of Western democracy and liberalism, become such a fan of oppression and thuggery? If you're thinking when Donald Trump took office, you are wrong. The American people, whatever our many flaws, still believe in democracy and freedom. I believe that. And the American people believe in standing up to tyrants, be it one as murderous as Vladimir Putin or one as impotent and incompetent as Donald Trump. Right now, the best president in Washington is Volodymyr Zelensky, and no matter what Trump and Putin try to force him to do, don't expect him to do it. This is what real leadership looks like, and the American people will stand with him. Let's hope they see the resolve and courage of Zelensky and demand as much from our leaders here at home. Donald Trump and JD Vance can't become irrelevant fast enough. This is Occupy Democrats.